Welcome to Level Up with CMJ. Hey, my name is Joe, and this is my Craps Master dice shooting journey. Let's make it yours too. Today is episode number 323 of the Level Up program and day number 33 of the Black Belt. If you're new to the program, this is all about my throwing the dice at the craps table on a daily basis, as well as practicing a blue-collar craps style of play. And I'm just trying to futz around here a little bit, and good, okay. Kick.com is working, but we had a mediocre a poor day yesterday of throwing a day of dice. The day before we had a very poor day, but then the 4 days before that we had some really super good throwing. So let's get back to that super good throwing dice at the table here. This is the black belt, so this is all about making minute adjustments to hopefully extend those rolls and get better quality rolls as we're going through. We have a bankroll today of $17.12. Our goal is to make $170. So if we can get up to $18.80 approximately, that would be a perfect situation. It would be even better. We'd have some fun money left over at the end, so that way we can actually bet up even more and hopefully get more of a profit for the day. In the YouTube side of things, we got Uncle Hoku checking in first. We have Roger from OMC Craps, as well as Lazy Dog. There's only 5 people watching, so hopefully as we get going here, people will start filtering in. On the Kick.com side of things, I have nobody watching. So must be a lazy Friday, slow Friday. But anyhow, we're going to get going on the playing with Crapsee here. We have 7 people on Crapsee right now. And also, I'm going to be working on the throwing station, the deluxe throwing station this weekend, and we'll do some more filming in that. I am not going to be able to get all the chips in time that I was hoping for, so that's going to delay that portion of the build, but that's all right because there's other things that I can do until I get all the chips in. I know that 2 or 3 of the big wigs had promised me their chips, and they had just got them in the mail not too long ago, and I know I'm going to begin one set on Tuesday because I got a confirmation from the post office for that Tuesday. But okay, enough rambling here. We got $15 pass line bet, and let's get started. We're going to start off with a 3-2-3-6. I am not going to go to the casino tonight, but I am considering going tomorrow. We'll see how my schedule looks and how far we got on the table this weekend. So dice out. Yeah, left one stuck. I'm sorry, the right one stuck to the table. The left one did go and bounce and hit the back wall. We have a 4-4 heart 8 square pair to start off the day. And let me get Crapsee engaged here. I am a little bit slow in all my actions right now. And I don't know why. But anyhow, 4-4 heart 8 square pair. That'll start off the day. And we're going to go with 110 on the inside. Good morning, Joel, checking in on YouTube. So 110 on the inside. It's going to be $25 on the 5 and 9, 30 on that 6. We'll pick up $15 in pass line odds. That was a double pitch on both dice, so that was a primary on the bottom side, which is a safe result for this cousin one set. So we'll go all bet set here. Up to 11 people now on Crapsee, only 9 people on YouTube. So if you're on Crapsee, and I know you can't hear me, but if you're on Crapsee, go check out YouTube by clicking that live link in the top left corner. Now to bring it right to the channel here. We got a Buckeye Buckshot. We got another square pair. So point is 8. We hit the point, so we'll be looking for a new point coming out here. So if this is a sign of things to come, hopefully it'll be a good day here for consistency purposes. But that was enough to once we get a point established here, we'll pick up $15 on a 4 and $15 on a 10 for a second hit, hopefully. Again, we're going to stick with the 3-2-3-6 dice set. We're also going to stick with that $15 pass line. And we'll hopefully get a new point established here. And we got Cruise with Blake checking in on YouTube. Good morning. And I'm guessing that you're also a member of Holy Roller if you're Cruise with Blake. And if you're not, check out Holy Roller. That is Brian, who talks about crapsing cruising. And congratulations goes out to Alfredo, who just eclipsed the 2,200 subscriber mark last night. And congratulations also goes out to Brian from Holy Roller, who eclipsed the 5,000 subscriber mark last night. So congratulations to the both of them. And we'll go all bets set here. Dice out. Dice did cross as soon as they landed. We have a 5-6. Then that is the mid-mo-yo. That is Chiro coming to us from above. And that is also a pass line come out winner, natural. So we'll get paid on that, on the $15 there for our pass line. And we're going to stick with that $15 pass line bet. And I'm going to try something really quick here. Give me just 1 second, please. Okay, I think that just worked. Hopefully, let me know, Lazy Dog, if that worked. You did not expect what I just did, so, and hopefully no one knows what I'm talking about. But anyhow, let's go $15 pass line bet. We'll go all bets set here. That was a double pitch of the dice, I believe. So that was a single pitch towards us. That was a single pitch away. That's a double pitch, which is a warning sign. So we gotta be careful with that. And all bets set here. Dice out. 3, 2, 3, 6. And we have another double pitch of the dice, 6-5. Actually, that's not. That was a 6-5, not a 6-6. 6-5. So that was actually not a double pitch. So the last one was a double pitch with the 5-6 variety. But the 6-5 was actually both dice off axis. So that was an explosion on that left die. And that was an implosion on the right die. So that was actually a drift left, if that makes sense. But it's another pass line winner, natural. So we're going to stick with that $15 pass line bet. We are so far $63 brought back to the rack here, 95 on the table. Again, once we get that point established, we're going to pick up $15 on the 4 and 10, as well as making sure we have that 110 inside. And we'll call this all bet set. $15 pass line bet. Here we go. A little bit low on the trajectory there. This time we got a 2-3 ace deuce Alfredo sauce. So that is a pass line loser. So one of those winners we just got, we just gave right back. But we will hopefully get a point established here. 3, 2, 3, 6. YouTube is a chat channel, says Lazy Dog on Crapsee, and that it can be. It's also an entertaining channel. You can watch me succeed or fail. We'll go all bet set. $15 pass line bet. We're going to put the $15 back up there, and all bet set. In case you're not comfortable, let's regrip them. And we got a 5-2-7 on a come out. Wow, are we ever going to get a point established here? We had two numbers, box numbers rolled. We had an 8 to set the point, and then we hit the 8. So we did a Buckeye buckshot, and since then we're still looking for a new point. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4 rolls to get this new point established. And we got paid $45 so far, so yeah, Lazy Dog figured out what I just did a little bit ago here. 3236. He is a huge supporter here of the channel, so I did make him a moderator. And I will do that occasionally with people that are watching or are checking in here. I will occasionally pop on and give them a moderator duties here, or privileges, I should say. So we'll go again, $15 pass line bet, 3236. So. Now a little bit high energy as the dice came down and landed, but we got a 5-4 hard 9, Big Daddy Mac. So our new point will be 9. We finally got a point established, and that's going to allow us to move that $25 that's on a 9 over to the 8. It will make it look like 30. And we're going to put $15 in pass line odds. And then we're also going to put $15 on a 10. We'll put $15 on that 4. We have $63 brought back to rack. We have 145 on the table. We're going to be looking for one box hit here, and then we will come down. And normally I would go to the 60 on the outside, but we're going to have a little bit of extra money to play with. So let's see where we're at after we get this next hit. Again, that was a single pitch away on that left die. That was a double pitch on the right die. So ultimately, that was a single pitch on the dice, which is a lazy result. Safe result. I don't know what I just said lazy for, but we'll go all bets set here and dice out. And we have another ace deuce, 2-1-3 ace deuce Alfredo sauce. So quality of the roll here, guys, is not that good today. We have an extended roll, but the quality is not there. So we got to figure out what's going on here. I know what I am going to try to do here, because I want to see a 3 or a 4 on top of almost every roll here. So we start off with a cousin 1 set, and that 2-1-3 was a single pitch away and a single pitch towards us. So that's a double pitch of the dice. Let's roll the dice away from us. We'll go 2-4-6-4. So the 3V is going to be on the back side of the dice here. We'll call this all bet set. And dice out. And here we go. Nicely crossed again. We got another Buckeye buckshot. 369 now. This is a different variety, but we still hit that point one more time. Wow. Okay. This is going to be a come out game, I think. This is what our shooter's all about, is the come out roll here. Good morning, Michael. The field is establishing itself early, but that was enough money to be bringing our bets down. Now, once we get a new point established, and we're going to go to that 96 across bet level, because we have $100 brought back. We're going to stick with that $15 pass line bet. And that was a, what do we have? We had a 3-6. So that was a single pitch towards us on the left die. That was a primer and the right die. So that is a safe result. Again, we're going to go with that 2-4-6-4. We did get that 3 on top that we were hoping for. So we'll go all bet set and dice out. Looking for a new point. We're still on shooter number 1 for the day. Dice out. And we got a 2-6-8. That right dice stuck and did not go forward. 2-6-8, that is the Duracell 8. I go out and support free live craps. And this is, we had the 8 as a point the first time. But we had hit a different variety at that time. So we have hit 2 3s so far. We've hit 3 8s, 2 9s, 2 11s. Yeah, definitely field numbers today. And again, that was a primary on both sides. So that was primary on top on both dice. Remember, we rolled the dice away, so we have the 2 4 6 4 dice. That's a 3V on this back side here. We're going to bring our bets down. And we're going to go 96 across. So that's going to be $15 on a 4, 5, 9, and 10, 18 on that 6. We have a $15 pass line bet. And we'll call it all bets set. We're up to 13 people on Crapsee, 12 people watching on YouTube, 7 likes. I do appreciate the support from everyone. And dice out. And wow, Buckeye buckshot again. It's 538. What's the chances, guys? 3 Buckeye buckshots. So we're just hitting points. Points. Setting a point, hitting a point. Throwing in a little bit of craps numbers on the side there. So we're up to $115. We're up back to rack, 93 on the table. We're going to stick with that $15 pass line bet. Unfortunately, that only paid us 15 instead of 21 because I didn't have any odds on it. And again, that was a double pitch of that left die, and we had a 3 on the other side. So that was a single pitch towards us on the other die. So ultimately, that was a single pitch of the dice. So again, 2 4 6 4. We have 3 on top, so that's good. And we'll go $15 pass line bet. All bet set here. Dice out. Good morning there, Marble Fork. He says the roll distribution is almost perfect on the bell curve, and it does appear to be that way. There are a couple of numbers that are a little bit higher, but the last 2 days are really dug in and brought us closer to that. We had a couple numbers that were higher. A little bit short on the landing zone. We're back on that 8, 5, 3, 8. So 8 is definitely a strong opening number here. Strong number to be betting. So with that being said, let's put $15 on that pass line odds. And let's see if we can do another Buckeye buckshot right away. 115 brought back to the rack, 108 on the table. And again, that was a double pitch on that left die. And that was a single pitch towards us on the right die. So that's ultimately a single pitch of the dice on axis. 2 4 6 4 is what we're going with. And we'll call it all bet set. Dice out. So I heard John had a monster roll yesterday. So congratulations to John. I heard it was in the 50s. So that is amazing. He said he made like $2,000 on that, betting on Crapsee, of course. Dice out. They slammed, they split apart, and now we got a 4 5 9, the hard 9, the Big Daddy Mac. So we're hitting 8s and 9s with some fields thrown in there. So we're gonna make that 9 look like $25. 136 brought back to the rack. We've got 118 on the table, so we're $18 in profit. Now, I need to keep an eye on this because we have $136 brought back. Our goal is 170 for the day. And if we can get to 185 brought back, I will bring my bets down because remember we have that $15 pass line bet, which is a contract bet. So 2 4 6 4 is what we're going with, which is 3V on the back side. And since I rotated the dice, we've had a 3 or a 4 on top of all of the results so far. So that is exactly what we're looking for. And we'll go all bets set here, dice out. That right die stuck again. Another ace deuce. 2-1-3 ace deuce Alfredo sauce. So maybe we should just take off our bets down and just play the 8 and the field. Maybe that's what we should do here. But we're not. We're gonna stick with the across and trend betting here. And that was a 2-1-3. So that was the first time in several rolls we didn't have a 3 or 4 on top. So we're gonna go 2-4-6-4 again, which is 3B in the backside. Cousin one set. And we'll go all bet set here. Face up. And we have an trucking camper, 145. So that's finally another number that's not a field or not a 8 or 9. And that was an implosion of that left die. That was a single pitch away on the right die. So that's a safe result. So we're going again, 2-4-6-4. This time we got a 4 on top. And that was a 5, so we're going to make that 5 look like $25. 157 brought back to the rack, 128 on a table, so we are in the profit here. Yeah. And we got East Coast Craps on the, I'm guessing it's East Coast Craps on the chat on YouTube, or on Crapsee. Good morning. And we'll go all bets set here. Dice out. So hopefully the volume on my YouTube channel is good today. I'm talking really soft, softer than normal. And we got a 4-5 hard 9 Big Daddy Mac again. Wow. Okay. That is nice. And that might have brought us up to goal for the day. Remember, our rolls started off with not that great quality starting off here, but I think that brought us to goal. That brought us to, we need to get up to 1880, and that brought us to 1904. So let's bring our bets down and let's see where we're at. Just like Waylon says, always be aware of where you're at with your goal. So with that bets all down, we're at 1889. Our goal was 1880, so we're $9 in profit if we were to lose this pass line bet. So let's just stay with that. We're just going to stay with the pass line bet right now. That was a primary on that left die. Nope, that was a single pitch on the left die. I'm sorry, single pitch on the left die. That was an implosion on the right die. So implosion with a single pitch away. That is a warning sign. So let's do this one more time and see what happens with that. And it will go from there. Good morning, Brian. Holy Roller checking. Congratulations on your 5,000 subs yesterday. And we'll go all bets set here. And dice out. I actually mentioned you just a little bit ago about your accomplishment. You and Alfredo both had made a milestone last night. Dice the cross on us. We have a 5-4 hard 9 Big Daddy Mac again. So we've thrown at least 3 of those today. And then the rest were the 6-3 or 3-6 varieties. So that was a 5-4. And that is a repeater win, by the way, for the 9. Hit one more 8. That should be a repeater win for the 8 as well on this shooter. 3-6, 3-2, no, 3-2, 3-6. Home away, and we threw a 5-4 4 in that last one. So that would have been a double pitch on the left die and a single pitch on the right die, which is a safe result. So they're both on axis. That's good. So all bets set here and dice out. I know I'm kind of rambling on here a little bit, kind of figuring this out. I have the dice set down when the 3V's on top, but that quarter turn away is a little bit harder for me to interpret. So I gotta do a little bit more work. Dice out. And we have another 2-3 ace deuce, Alfredo sauce. So I have the ace deuce Alfredo sauce. We're just talking about Alfredo, and before I entered the 2-1-3 on Crapsee, I'm sorry, on KPI, I actually had the 2-2. Let's go on a cruise with Brian from Holy Roller. But I took that second 2 out. By the way, that was a repeater win on that one also. So we have a repeater on the 3. We have a repeater on the 9. We're 1 away from a repeater on the 8. That's pretty darn good first roll there, considering that we were not really throwing quality numbers there for a little while. 2, 4, 6, 4 is what we're going to go back with. And that was a primary on the left side on that last roll, and that was a double pitch on the right side. So that was a double pitch of the dice, ultimately. 17 people playing at Crapsee. We got only 14 people on YouTube. It is a slow day today. 3 people on Kick. And all bet set. Dice out. Slightly long on that landing zone. We got a 2-6, 2-4-6 to Kevin the Carpenter 2x4. So we're looking for an 8. If I can get an 8, that'll give us a little bit of fun money, because right now we did reach goal. We didn't make goal for the day, so I took everything down except for our pass line bet. And that was a 2, so that was a primary on the left side, and we had a 4, which is a single pitch on that right side. So that was ultimately a single pitch of the dice, and that is a safe result. So we're going to stick with that 2, 4, 6, 4 dice set. So Brian says, some people tell me they keep getting 7s on the come out. I asked them if they're setting or just shaking, rattling, and rolling. So I call that the shake and bake. I saw a lot of people this last weekend when I was in Green Bay doing the shake and bake. I had one guy that was setting the dice. He'd pick it up, look at them, then he'd put them in his hand, and he'd just start shaking them around and just toss them down the end of the table. I just kind of just watched that, and I was just rolling my eyes the entire night. I'm like, seriously? Why even take the time to set the dice if you're just going to shake and bake the dice? So let's go all bets set here, and dice out. Ooh, I kind of pulled it to the left a little bit, and that left die landed, and then it rolled over. It was on the 2, but now we got a 3, 4, 7 out. So that roll does come to an end. It was supposed to be a 2, 4, 6, but then it just kind of rolled it in the last second. I think that magnet on the table kicked in. Just kidding, there is no magnet. Some people have said I have a magnet down there. I think Gargoyle was joking one day. He goes, I want a magnet like that too, but no, there's no magnet on this table. So 3, 2, 3, 6 is what we're going to go with. Sharpshooter paid on that one. That was a 20 roller on the first shooter of the day. So let's see if we can match or beat that on this next shooter. I am not going to be betting because I made goal. And we are at 1889 on my bankroll, so my goal is 1880. So let's do that right there. So the lazy dog was off the table. I'm sorry, my friend, you just missed a good roll. Started off a little shaky, but we pulled out some decent numbers at the end. We ended up pulling in 3 repeater wins, I believe. And we had 20 rolls long. So let's go all bet set here. Dice out. Going back to the 3-2-3-6. That last one was a double pitch of the dice. Dice split apart a little bit when they left my fingers. We have an ace deuce on the come out. Pass line loser. That was a 2-1, not a 4-1. 2-1-3, ace deuce. So again, still looking for a point on that shooter. Good morning, Brian. Thank you. Heater. That's what I said in the beginning of the show, Brian. I said I wanted to see a heater, a couple heaters today. So a couple means two. So Brian, I'm not sure if I'm going to come up to Green Bay tomorrow or not. If I do, I'll drop you a text probably, and I'll try to bring that water bottle along if I do come along up there tomorrow. We'll see how far I get on the table, though. Again, like I said, I had expected everybody's chips by today. There's going to be a couple people that'll be a few days late. I know Brian from Holy Rollers, his should be getting here today. Jeremy from Color Up should be getting here on Tuesday. And John's, he said he should be getting here today as well. He sent me a whole bunch of them. And I'm Brian from Hawaii Crap Shooters texted me yesterday and says, "Thank you for your patience, Joe. I just sent them out." So as soon as Brian gets here, that would be the last one that I'm kind of waiting for. Actually, there's one other person that I'm waiting for, but I haven't seen or heard from him for a little over a week. So all bet set. Actually, I'm waiting for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chips yet. Days out. And we got a 3-2-5 Justice 5, and that is one of the chips that I'm actually waiting for. And it should be here any day now because I know she sent it out. It seems like when everybody's sending it through the snail mail, it takes about 5 to 10 days to get here if you send it out in normal. So 3-2-3-6 is what we're going to stick with. 5 is the point. So Lazy Dog made $75 early and then went off and talked to the wife. And then she took that $75. So now he has to come back and make another 75, right? I'll bet set here. Nice out. That was a weird roll. The dice landed and then it just kind of drifted over to the left. But we have a 3-6-9 center field 9. It's a single pitch of the dice. Primary on the left, single on the right. Wife tax, he goes. 3-2-3-6. And we'll call this all bets set. 21 people playing on Crapsee. We are up to 17 people on YouTube. Only 9 likes. Please, everybody, give that thumbs up. Show that support. Show that you actually enjoy watching me succeed and fail, sometimes both on the same day. So 3-2-3-6. Days out. That was weird. If you guys watched, they landed so tight they kind of bounced into each other twice and then bounced off the back wall. 145 Trucking Camper. And that's Brian from Crapping Camper. So many Brians in this community. We got Brian from Crapping Camper, Brian from Holy Roller, Brian from Hawaii Crap Shooters, Brian Flegel from Green Bay. Brian. So 3-2-3-6. That was our point that we just hit. So we are looking for a new point. And we'll call this all bets set here. Get those pass line odds. Do not work to come out. And all bets set. That was a weird 347 on the come out. That was a weird throw. Kind of like instead of pushing with the thumb, it actually slipped out of my thumb, if that makes sense. And I'll try to show on camera here what happened. Normally what happens is when you throw the dice, you want to have it so your thumb drops out and then the dice will fall down. You don't want to have it so they push the dice, if you understand what I'm saying. But this time, it actually slid off my thumb a couple seconds or a couple split second early, which is kind of weird. I've never felt that before. 3236, if that makes sense. So all bets set here. Still looking for a point. That was a pass line winner, by the way, a natural. Days out. And we have a 415. We're back on that 5. Wow. So we kind of lost that 6 and 9, or the 8 and 9, which were hot before. Now we're on that 5. That 5 is starting to get hot. Hot, 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 hot. So we've thrown 5 8s, 6 9s, and 4 5s so far. So 3 2, 3 6. And remember, we're looking for a 3 or a 4 on top of one of the dice on every roll. We've been pretty consistently getting that. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rolls in a row that had that. And then we had one that wasn't, then we had 2 that was, and then 1 that wasn't. So we're being pretty consistent with that. That's a good sign. And we'll call this all bet set. Dice out. And we have a 314 that is the Big Joe from Crapsee Journey. So I got home from work this morning, came down in the basement to the craps pit, to the dungeon, and checked the floor out really quick to make sure that I didn't have too much water in here. I took 100 gallons of water out of the craps room yesterday from the floor, and I took it out 5 gallons at a time with a shop vac. So, and then today I came home and I took out 10 gallons of water. So it's slowed down with our snow / rain last night. So hopefully we have a little bit of reprieve here and it lets things dry out down here. I have a dehumidifier, actually 2 dehumidifiers running in the basement here to help keep the humidity levels down. And so that way the table stays functional. So we'll go all bets set here. Dice up. We're on that 5 again. Right dice stuck again, 5 2 7. So I've noticed that if the dice do not both hit the back wall, if one of them sticks, that's where the danger zone comes out. And I don't understand why it's doing that every so often. If I have enough energy in the dice, they should be rolling forward. But that was an 8 roller. We have an SOR so far at 14.0 for the day, 7.0 for the SRR. Good morning, John. So I was just a little bit earlier. I congratulated you, John, for your amazing roll yesterday. 55, 54 rolls along, was it? Something like that. But just amazing. And he said he made a little over $2,000 on Crapsee. So that's a clapper for you. Clap, clap, clap. Where's my hands? There we go. Clap, 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 clap. Let's go. All bets set here. Shooter number 3. And this will probably, hopefully, be a long shooter as well, and hopefully be our last one for the day. So, dice out. A little short in that landing zone. We have a leaner. It is a 6. It should come down on a 6. It did not, but it should have. It would have been a 6. It is a 6. We'll go 6 2 8. Duracell 8. So our point is 8. So if it falls, It should have been a 6, but I pulled and it turned into a bad number. We got Crooked River Craps checking in. Kevin, good morning. I miss you, my friend. We saw you every day for a long time, and we've been missing you. So, 3236. Those of you just joining in, I am going to be working on the table a little bit later today. I have to get my taxes done this morning, and then I have to do a home visit with my mom. We're checking out different assisted living places with her, so I got that this afternoon. So I will be up by tonight. I'll be up for probably 35 hours total. So I'm going to be cashed tonight. I'll be zonking, no work tonight for me. Got tonight and tomorrow off. All bets set. 3236. Point is 8. But in between appointments and all the stuff, we got 314. That is the Big Joe from Crapsmaster Journey. So in between appointments and that today, I'll be working on the table. I was hoping to get that chessboard worked on a little bit today, but that's probably not going to work. So I'm going to actually work on the actual throwing walls. The curved walls and that. So I will be wearing a mask later so I'm not eating dust. If you guys remember my original videos when I was cutting the back walls, you have to do what's called a kerf cut, and all that dust is flying up in my face. And by the time I got done with because I had 4 pieces, so 8 corners to cut. I remember talking, and as it started going through, I started losing my voice because I was sucking all that dust down. I was blowing dusty snot for a couple days for that one, but so we'll wear masks this time. So craps for the cure, says Lady Easy Dog. So John, what is the theme for this year? Who are we going to be benefiting? Have you made that decision yet? So dice out. Nice cross when they landed. So we got 246 to Kevin the Carpenter 2x4. Not sure if John is still in a chat or if he left to go get ready for his show. So 246, that was a single pitch of the dice. Single on the left, double on the right, ultimately single. 22 people playing at Crapsee. We got 24 people watching now. Okay, he is watching it. He wants to do the veterans again. Okay. Well, let's figure out what we're going to do with that. That would be awesome. October 18th. Okay, I thought it was the 19th, but it's October 18th in Vegas. Okay. And did you secure the casino yet, or are we going to do it at Casino Quest again? Thanks, out. And I am 85 to 90% sure I will be down there for that weekend. And we got another 268 that they're selling. That is our point. So we hit the point. We hit a lot of points today. The first shooter we hit out of 6 rolls, we hit 3 points like right away without hitting any other box numbers. So that weekend. So looking for a new point here. That was a single pitch on that left die. That was a single pitch on the right die. So the primer in the front face. 3236. So NASCAR is going to be in Vegas that weekend. Ooh, that's going to be a tough deal. Wow. Okay. That is cool for people going, but that's going to be the last time we had the week before. It was that the week after the Craps for the Cure was that Formula One race, which was a bust, I guess. But it'll be at CQ and at a casino, okay? Both. Very cool. Dice out. Dice put apart when they left my fingers. We got a 459, hard 9, Big Daddy Max. We got lucky on that one. That left die left just a split second before the right one did. And that I don't like when that happens, because then it feels like I almost have to catch up with my throw, and that throws mechanics off big time. So our point is 9. 3, 2, 3, 6 is our dice set. I'm not really going to analyze that last one as far as, yeah, so JR 22 has his room ready due to that. Okay. So I unfortunately, and that's probably why the plane tickets were so expensive when I looked them up for that weekend. It's going to cost me round trip, which to me is expensive. Maybe to most other people it's not, but I think I found like $384 round trip was the cheapest that I found from Milwaukee to Las Vegas. That's out. And we got a hard 10 to Old Baby Bushel, 5-5 hard 10. So maybe it might be cheaper for me to drive down there, and maybe I can find a pickup truck and I can bring the table down with me, and then I'll just leave it with John, and he can figure out how to get to whoever gets the bid. He can get the table there. How's that? I think that's a plan. 3, 2, 3, 6. And I'm just rambling to myself here now. So I think that'd be good, huh, guys? We'll just bring the table down there. John gets set it up in Casino Quest, and then I'll just leave it there, and then he can worry about getting it to wherever. Oh my God, I'm getting slap happy. So I'll bet set here. Sticking with the cousin one. 3, 2, 3, 6 dice set. 3V. Dice out. Dice crossed again. We have a 4-4 heart 8 square pair. That's a primary on the bottom side. NASCAR is something that I know some stuff about. I never really got into super fandom with it, but my dad and my brother are huge fans. They were Wallace and Earnhardt fans. I know on Netflix they've been having a series, which is, I don't think it's the big NASCAR races, but they have a series about the NASCAR drivers and that, which is, if you guys haven't seen it, it's actually pretty cool. Check it out. It might be the big races, I'm not sure. But I think it's one of the leagues that lead up to the big races. What is that called on there? I forget what it's called. It's actually a pretty good show. I've watched that a couple times. It's a little bit long on that landing zone. We have a 268 Duracell 8 again. That is a strong number today, the 8. And the Duracell 8 is rolling quite a few times. He says go out, support free live craps. Give that thumbs up where deserved, and subscribe if you do enjoy it. So Bristol is, I heard that's a pretty fun race to go to, Joel. So that was a single pitch away on both dice. So that's a primary in the front. He did 11 and 12 for the tall. We need 2, 3, and 5 for the small. And we'll call it all bet set. Dice out. Way short on that landing zone. But if you watch, the dice bounced and they split apart a little bit. They just kind of hopped down. We have 4, 2, 6. Kevin Carpenter 2x4. So 4, 2. So Vegas is a 10-hour drive for you. Bristol's a 30-hour drive. Wow. I should Google Map, see how far Vegas is from me. I'm guessing Vegas will probably be close to 20 hours for me to drive from here, I'm guessing. It would definitely be a 2-dayer, 2-nighter. I know that when I worked down in Lubbock, Texas for quite a few years ago, I drove from Wisconsin down to Lubbock, and I made it from my house in Wisconsin to Manhattan, Kansas, which is an hour west of Kansas City. I made that trip in about 12 hours, and then I made it record time from Manhattan, Kansas down to Lubbock, Texas in 10 hours. We drove pretty darn fast. I had a person that was following me. It was a work drive. And I actually worked in the Pyramid Center in Lubbock, Texas, which looks like a huge pyramid right off the loop in Lubbock, and it was actually owned by Ross Perot. He owned the building, and the building had like several businesses on the inside that were not his. He just rented out spaces in this building. It was kind of a neat little setup. I did not get to meet Ross Perot, but I know that he did own the building. Nice out. I don't know if everybody remembers who Ross Perot is. We have a 6-4-10 that is Waylon's best friend, and at the end it rolled to a 5, but it was actually a 4, so we got a 6-4. So anybody remember who Ross Perot is? And that's dating myself a little bit. So Bristol would be a bucket list for a lot of people, I think, John. So Milwaukee to Las Vegas is 27 hours, added an hour and a half, so it's a 28.5-hour drive for me. Wow. That would be quite the drive. So 28.5 hours. That would definitely be a overnight somewhere on the way down if I did decide driving. 3236. 9 is the point here. And we definitely had some nice rolls so far today. All bets set. Dice up. So hopefully everybody's making some money. I have not been betting this last 2 shooters because I made profit on the first. I made go on the first shooter. So I took my bets off. We got all bets set. Dice out. Oh, wow. We got Magic Aces. 112. That's our first bookend for the day. And is that what we need? No, we need to, surprisingly, we need the ace deuce on this one and a 5. The 2 numbers that we're hitting a lot of earlier today, we need those to get that small. Huh. Interesting. Can I finish? Can I finish? So John remembers who Ross Perot was. I actually voted for him the first time. It was kind of funny. That was my first ever time that I was able to vote, was when Ross Perot went up the first time around. I actually voted for him, but the second time, not so much. Young, dumb, and full of, college student. So all bets set here. Dice out. So 347, ouch. So the roll comes to an end, I think. Yes, it does. It comes to an end. 3 good shooters today, 2 really good, and we had 1 mediocre good. So let's go through our statistics here. And this is for today. We had 3 shooters. We had a 20, an 8, and a 12. That first one had 169 roll quality points. We have an SOR today of 13.3, an SRR of 8.0, 2 come out 7s. Box numbers are expected today. Wow, that surprises me, actually. Inside numbers were a little bit high. 4s and 10s are low today, definitely. Come out 7s were expected. Horns and fields were high today, and we knew that coming in. And the hardways are a little bit lower than expected. Let's go through and we'll check our black belt statistics. This is through the end of yesterday. We have 1,252 throws in through the end of yesterday. So that means that we have about 700 throws left on the 3V dice set if we switch over to that 2V dice set for another 2,000 on that level. But we have an SOR so far of 9.53, SRR of 6.56. We have a BSR of 6.54, and our goals are listed on the bottom right side there. So let's go with back to our main screen here. We'll check the chats really quick. John's still hooked on Ross Perot in the Saturday Night Live skit. The Lazy Dog goes thumbs up. Yes, please. Thumbs up. You're welcome, Marble Fork. And Kevin, have a great day. Everybody have a great weekend. Be safe. I will be back on Monday. I will try to make a trip up to Green Bay tomorrow. I'm not exactly sure. We definitely will be working on the throwing station this weekend. But hey, my name is Joe. This is my Craps Master dice shooting journey. Let's make it yours too. Have a great, safe weekend and be prosperous.